Hello, Leo. Welcome to Soul Good. I'm Amber Marie, and this is your September 2022 Tarotscope. If you're curious about the decks that I'm using today, you can find a list of them in the description box below. You can also find links to my social media accounts, as well as links to information on personal readings and the Soul Good membership channel on Telegram. Before we jump in, I do want to remind you that this is a general reading, not a personal reading, so please only take what resonates with you. I would also like to share with you that, intuitively speaking, I've been picking up on this energy for the month of September that really has to do with transformation. Now, this is likely to look different for everyone because we're all on our own personal journeys. We're all in different stages of healing, etc., right? So for some, this may feel incredibly challenging or overwhelming. For others, maybe not as much, right? But I do feel like there are some deep-seated or deep-rooted things that are being triggered or brought up to the surface for healing and transmutation, all right? Or for us to transcend, okay? So just be ready for that, right? It may or may not apply to you, but it has been the energy that's coming through. So just look out for those things. All right, let's jump in and see what you have going on for you. So please, Father, Mother, Life, Universe, Spirits, Guides, Angels, our cosmic team, our ancestors, our higher selves, what does Leo need to know for the month of September 2022, please? What does Leo need to know? How is this transformation showing up? What does Leo need to know for the month of September 2022? Thank you. Tell us more, please. What is Leo? Okay. Tell us more. What does Leo need to know? What's coming up for healing? What's going on for the month of September? Right. Thank you. What does Leo need to know, please? Yep. That one there. Are there more? Yes. What else does Leo need to know, please? Thank you. Too many. What does Leo need to know? I feel like there's like one more in here. What does Leo need to... Thank you. I knew it. I knew there was one more. Okay. And why is this happening? Okay, thank you. That was fast. What changes might come from this? Or why is this important for our journey? Thank you. What changes might come from this? Or why is this important for our journey, please? What changes might come from experiencing this? Thank you. I knew there was another one in there somewhere. All right, we're also going to be looking at the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine energies, so let's check in there. What does Leo Divine Masculine have going on for this month? What do we need to know? Does Leo Divine Masculine have going on for the month of September? What do we need to know, please, for Leo Divine Masculine? These cards, I'm still getting used to these cards, you guys, so I do apologize. Like, they're so small that it's like, I don't even know, you guys. They're hard to shuffle for me. I'm not used to such small cards, so thank you for your patience. I truly appreciate you. All right, yep, thank you. And for Leo Divine Feminine, what does Leo Divine Feminine have going on this month? What does Leo Divine Feminine have going on for the month of September, please? What do we need to know for Leo Divine Feminine? All right. Thank you. Okay, let's get these out of the way so we can jump in. All right. So Leo, We have for you out first, the femme fatale in the light attribute or upright position highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Very interesting energies. I feel for some of you, and I want to lovingly say that I do feel like this applies to the more towards females, okay? But it doesn't necessarily have to be, but definitely more towards those of the feminine nature, right? I really feel like there is this energy of stepping into that feminine, which is fascinating to me, right? The Leo energy is very masculine, right? It's very based in masculinity. And so, or masculine energy, I shouldn't say masculinity, but masculine energy. So it's interesting to me that this feminine energy is like coming to the forefront. I feel like there is something here about Leo's stepping more into that feminine side, which is interesting because I'm going to share with you, I am a Leo sun and Leo moon, okay? And I feel like I have a huge heart, right? I feel like I'm quite open. However, right? This is why I'm sharing this with you, because I feel very loyal. I feel very loving. I feel like I'm very intuitive and creative and those sorts of things. However, there are feminine energies that are much more difficult for me to embrace and essentially step into very confidently, okay? Which confidence is a masculine energy, by the way. Right? And those are those energies of more being still, surrendering, allowing things to take place, right? That sort of thing. That is difficult for me personally. I don't know if you share that, but I thought that it might be some of you may share that as well, right? And so I feel like this is part of that. Like, I do feel like there's something here for that Leo energy to be healing around those feminine energies of like stillness and flow and surrender and being sensitive and emotional and allowing things, right? Because I feel like those are the things that are most challenging for me personally as a Leo. But it feels like that, right? Like, I don't know what this is. I'm going to grab the book. I haven't done this for any of the readings so far. So I find it fascinating that I'm feeling called to. But I do want to see. I just feel like there may be something here for someone that I need to share. So just give me a moment. All right. So this says Black Widow, Flirt, Siren, Seductress, Enchantress. Represents highly refined skills at manipulating men both sexually and financially without investing personal emotion. Sometimes adds the twist of symbolically killing her conquests. Positive aspect, okay, that's what we're looking at because we're in the upright, okay. Manifest as opening the heart when the male object rejects her manipulations and dependencies, okay. So it says here, look for a pattern of manipulative behavior and acquisitiveness. So I just shared with you what I felt intuitively, right? And now I've just shared with you what the author intended, right, when they were creating this card. But it says here, positive aspects manifest as opening the heart when the male object rejects her manipulation and dependency. And for some Leos, I feel like there is that dependency because we do have such a big heart and we are so loyal. And I feel like we expect that from other people. I also feel like for some of us that has been denied so many times, and we've created this dependency around trying to find that, like allow that to be established, right? So take it as it resonates with you, but I definitely feel like this is something that's coming up and being brought to the attention of Leos for this month, because it's something that we need to release, because we need to be more in that natural feminine energy, which has nothing to do with manipulation at all. That's a wounded feminine. Okay, so I feel like it's about stepping into that natural or divine feminine powerful energy and not needing to be codependent or any of that sort of thing, right? And experiencing that rejection from the male object or whatever. I don't know, it's weird to me that that's what it says in the book, but anyways, you know, experiencing rejection from the male object, I feel is like, oh, like for some of you, I feel like it's created like this dark night of the soul. It may have prompted your awakening even, okay, for some of you. But I feel like it's about us moving out of that more wounded feminine energy and coming more into a natural or divine feminine energy. We have here the bully in the reverse or shadow attribute position, conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. Okay, so for some of you, I feel like this is being brought up for healing because you experienced this, right? For some, I don't, it's interesting because it's like for some of you, you may have done these things, right? You may have been verbally or physically abusive. I know from my wounded state, I don't want to say that I was like abusive by our current standards, but once I started opening my heart space and getting more in touch with my natural self, my soul self, my self that is full of nothing but unconditional love, period, some of the things that, or the ways rather, that I expressed my frustration or overwhelm to my children was probably not the nicest way, right? I was probably overstimulated and needing a break and all the things, right? And it's like lashing out. And I feel like for some of you, you may have overcome that as far as pushing that out on other people. But I feel like this is showing up because I feel like somewhere we may be dealing with this, healing this, where we experienced this behavior put upon us versus us doing it to other people. So I feel like it may be coming to the forefront, right? This is in the shadow. I feel like this may be coming to the forefront so that we can transmute that, so that we can heal that. Right? Those things that made us feel small or little, or you know what I mean? Like, I feel like this may be coming up. Okay. So if you've experienced any physical or verbal, mental, emotional abuse, I feel like this may come up for you this month, for you to be able to work through it, to see it, heal it, right? Or at least begin to. But it's more than anything like an awareness of it. Okay, because for some, I feel like you may, like, you know, you've experienced these things, but you may not realize that you're still carrying it, right? And that it's impacting your day-to-day life, your experience here on this planet. We also have the judge in the light attribute or upright position, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. I feel like, honest, if I'm being very truthful, I feel like this has something to do with that same thing I was just referring to. That same, abusive energy that may have been put on you. I feel like there's something here about recognizing, like, for some of you, it's this energy of like, there is like a cosmic or universal law and order, right? Cause and effect. We like to call it karma, where you put shit out into the universe and it comes back to you in some way, shape, or form, but you reap what you sow, right? And I feel like for some of us, there's this energy of like, what this person did to me was not right by our human perceptions. However, it's not up to me to play the judge. It's not up to me to deliver any sort of justice. It is up to the cosmos, God, the creator, whatever you refer to it as, right? For that stuff to come back around. It's up to universal law to bring that back around and to essentially, right, enact justice. Now, it's not a punishment. I don't want it to come off that way, and I hope it isn't. But it is just, you reap what you sow, and it's as simple as that. It comes back to you. And I feel like for some, and I would include myself in this. I've been on this journey for quite a while, and I've learned a lot. I feel like this compassion, like balancing justice and compassion, I feel like there's part of it where some of you may have come to this understanding, or will throughout the month of September, that every soul is here on its own path. Every soul comes here and can't remember what the fuck they came here for. And we all are learning. right? Like we all come here, we have amnesia, we don't realize that we're divine beings, that we are unconditional love, right? We come here, we forget everything, and then we go through these experiences to essentially learn and hopefully come back to ourselves, right? Though that may not be what your soul plan is or what have you, but I feel like I'm kind of probably taking the long way around to explain this actually, but I feel like there's this energy of having compassion potentially for someone who may have been abusive towards you in some way, shape, or form, and releasing fear around what you experienced, right? The fear of, first, interestingly enough, for some, I feel like it's this fear of not being seen. Okay. And what I mean by that is like, it may feel something like, oh, but you don't know what that person did to me, right? Not being seen, not feeling seen. For some, I feel like that could be difficult. However, I do feel like there's a sense of compassion that comes through here of every soul is on its own journey. We all make mistakes. None of us know what the hell we're doing. We're all going to die, right? We're all just trying to survive. We're all trying to make it to the next day. We all have our own soul things that we need to deal with and worry about. And more often than not, people who hurt people are hurt people. So I feel like there's something here about like, okay, the universal law is going to enact its justice. I don't have to worry about that. And there's a part of me that feels very compassionate towards this person because I know that we all go through things, that we're all trying to find our way. None of us know what we're doing, right? And we make mistakes. Now, that is so much easier to say than it is to actually do, right? But I feel like for some, there is this energy of like finding a balance between being compassionate and understanding that essentially the universe will deliver karma, right? That person now has put out into the universe, has put out that they want to experience that back, essentially, right? I mean, and that can be sad. That can be sad. We also have here the hero or the heroine in the light attribute or upright position, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. Isn't that interesting? Because all of this essentially is leading to that personal empowerment, right? I feel, again, like these energies can be yours within your own psyche, or you could experience them externally. I do feel like for many who may see this reading, this bullying may be something that you experienced externally, right? Something that wasn't within your own self. And I do feel like for some of you, you are moving through this and learning to be compassionate, right? And then I feel like there's like climbing that mountain, getting over that, being the victim, right? Being your own hero, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Like it really feels like stepping into that powerful space. So I feel like through the month of September, you may experience this, right? You may have these things be triggered and may have these things come up. And here's the thing, we end here with this personal empowerment, and I want to just come back very briefly to this femme fatale because we're talking here about being rejected when we're moving from a space of dependency, right? And that is empowerment. Realizing that we're being codependent and breaking free from that is empowering. It doesn't matter if you're a male or female, I don't care. You break free from that codependency when you break free from that codependency, right? There is empowerment that comes from that because you realize that you don't need something externally to make you feel good. You don't need something externally to be loved or feel love, right? And I feel like whether you are a male or female, again, doesn't matter. I feel like we're moving through this codependency energy. And if you're a male, right, because I didn't really talk about it, if you're a male, I feel like it's just the roles are reversed, right? You may be a codependent male who has been rejected by a more natural, okay, female, who's like, I'm not playing the codependency game. It's not happening, right? So take it as it resonates with you. From the tarot, we have the beautiful Empress. I love this energy because, first of all, it's feminine energy, which we've talked about, right? I feel like bringing that more divine feminine energy. And in the tarot, the Empress is the archetype of the mother or divine feminine. Okay, so I do feel like we're moving into that energy. And I feel like we are nurturing ourselves. This is what it feels like to me. And again, I don't care if you're male or female gendered. I feel like we are learning how to nurture ourselves. I feel like we're learning how to be tender with ourselves, see the beauty in ourselves. I feel like we are learning what our happiness is. We're trying to uncover and discover what is going to make us happy. I feel like we're learning how to be still and to allow things to happen. Here's the other thing about the Empress. She knows she has everything she needs. There is nothing that she longs for. Let's put it that way, right? Because she knows she has everything she needs because the universe is abundant. Okay? So I feel like that's something that we're learning as well. Knight of Wands in the upright, glorious, because this is that fearlessness that's going to take for us to really step into our power, right? To really essentially climb that mountain, as it were, to be our own hero. It's going to take that fearlessness, right? It's going to take that Leo bravery that we all have within us, right? That lioness or lion roaring to get out. It's going to take that fearlessness. And I feel like if you look at it as this grand adventure and maybe not take life so seriously, maybe that fearlessness will be able to find its place. Okay? I love this because it's a card of action. The Knight of Wands is a card of action. And I feel like there's potential here for us to really create something glorious for ourselves. And I'm saying us because I'm a Leo, okay? Hermit in the reverse is isolation. I do feel like for some of you, you may have experienced this abuse or, perhaps rejection. And I feel like you may have spent a lot of time alone in isolation. I feel like it's been probably a choice for many of you, if this applies, right? Because I feel like you've essentially withdrawn your own energy, right? Because the Hermit is also an energy of loneliness and rejection. I feel like after being rejected, if that applies to you, you may have withdrawn and are like, okay, I need to really get my shit straight because, yeah, I'm not kosher, right? I'm not balanced right now. Like I have some healing to do. I have some things I need to work through. I have some things I need to process, right? And I feel like for some of you, I feel like you could feel called to like come out of that hermit stage, but I feel like for some of you, it's going to be a challenge. That in itself may be a challenge for you. Because there's an energy I'm getting of like, oh, I don't want to be around people. I mean, I'm just saying, like, as much as Leos like people and like being around, I just get this energy of like, I just don't want to be around people right now. And for some of you, I feel like it's because you'll be put in this leadership position. And I feel like right now you're like, I just don't have the energy to be in a leadership position. I just don't have the energy to be at the forefront of the things. So I just am staying back. Her Hierophant in the upright, that is that energy of, I mean, it's, first of all, it's the energy of the mentor. I feel like some of you have been in this state of isolation, and I do feel like for some of you, you are becoming the mentor. Okay, for some of you, I feel like some of you are healers. You may have channels like I do. You may, have some form of healing, something, whether it's a podcast where you're trying to help, like self-help, right? Or you encourage people to love themselves, or whatever it is, right? Like I feel like there's something here about stepping into that space of mentorship, and I feel like this only comes after this period of long isolation, because I feel like you've learned a lot throughout that time period, right? And here's the thing, the Hierophant energy is also related to Taurus energy, which is very tough and diligent as well as patient, right? And so I feel like this is where you've been in this space of like, I need to work through these things. I need to like get my shit together. I need to get into this space. Like, I'm going to be very diligent about this. I'm going to be patient with myself, right? Because I feel like, again, it's coming more into this nurturing type of energy. And that applies to yourself as well, not just your external self or your external reality, excuse me, but it applies to yourself as well, nurturing yourself, right? And I feel like this is part of what's going to, like, I feel like we've learned a lot, and I feel like you have been or learned how to become very patient with yourself, because it's like, I know that how do I word this? It's like the whole world will tell you you've got 5 minutes. And you're like, but that's not going to help me to grow whatever this thing is. Like, 5 minutes ain't shit. Right? So you're like, I'm going to be very patient and allow myself to nurture myself in the way that I need. Okay. For others of you, I feel like this is really about breaking free. I feel like breaking free from that, or isolating yourself from that more traditional type of shit, the more organized religion, more society-based things, right? Because that is what the Hierophant is as well, like traditions, again, organized religion, societal beliefs, those sorts of things. I feel like you're isolating yourself from those things because you're like, we've been doing this for how long and it's not working. So I feel like for some of you, you've kind of taken on this space of like, I'm going to find out what is working and put that into practice, because whatever the hell we've been doing for however long hasn't fucking worked. Wow. So Leo, I feel like, first of all, you've got some big transformative shit happening throughout your month. Okay. First of all, because there's, out of the 5 cards, the 5 tarot that have come out for you, 4 out of the 5 are major arcana. That tells me it's big transformation. We're going through that process, that cycle, right? And I feel like it's big, man. It's big. It doesn't involve a lot of external shit. I mean, you may be healing things that were put upon you from external forces, or you feel were, you know what I'm saying, like delivered to you from external forces, potentially, you know, experiencing abuse or rejection or what have you. But I feel like this has been a inside job. I feel like for some of you, like, pat yourself on the fucking back, because I feel like you've been trucking up this hill for a long fucking time, right? It feels like you've put in a shit ton of work. That's what it feels like to me. And I feel like things are gonna, like, it just feels like things are gonna potentially start to just shift, right? And I feel like it may be rather quickly, because we have this Chariot energy out here. Okay. So first of all, I want to say that Chariot energy is disciplined as well. Okay. So we have a lot of like disciplined or diligent energy showing up. And I'm feeling, rather, I mean, we do have it in the cards, but I'm feeling it as well. Okay. And then also with this Chariot, we have the emotions of Cancer. Okay. And that, well, intense emotions, that intensity of Cancer. So I do feel like there's an energy here of feeling the things, okay, being sensitive and nurturing, emotional, receptive, right? All these things I was talking about with this Empress energy or Divine Feminine energy. So I feel like that is showing up with this Chariot, but also it's the card of success. I mean, I feel like this is where we're going. We're on the path to success. And it's interesting because we have a journey of personal empowerment, and underneath that is the Chariot. Well, first of all, underneath that's the Hierophant that becomes the mentor, right? We start off as the Fool, basically not knowing shit. And then we learn as we move through the major arcana and come to the Hierophant, where we step into the mentor archetype, right? And then we have the Chariot showing up, which is the warrior, which is interesting. The warrior, or the archetype of the warrior, which falls just beneath this hero or heroine card. And we're talking about a journey of empowerment with this warrior at the end, and the Chariot representing success. So, I mean, I'm just saying, things may be looking up for you, Leo. If you felt like you've been trucking through the mud and the muck and the shit, it may start to look up for you this month. Okay? Because I feel like we've done some shit. I do want to read this. I feel like I'm reading a bunch with you guys. You're the first sign that I felt called to do this. So I'm mostly a intuitive reader. Okay. So just very quickly, the Chariot in the upright represents victory, speed, and action, determination, harnessing and uniting opposing energies, success, travel, confidence, willpower, and control. The universe constantly gifts us the opportunity to become the person we want to be. It's a magical time for taking inspired action. Push ahead with willpower and determination because you will get there. Remember, inaction is the same as deciding to stay still. The Chariot reminds you that while you are on your way to your goal, you need to make decisions about your best path forward. If you feel pulled in two different directions, know that you will be able to coax both of these energies towards the same target. Charging ahead without paying attention to your path can sometimes be harmful to those in your wake. So take care not to trample on others on your way up the mountain. You cannot make this shit up. What is that right there? Just saying. Just saying. Choose the thing you really want. Focus your efforts and move swiftly. If you aren't sure what your direction is, then it's time to make some plans, align goals, and spark dreams. I choose who I am becoming, and I run toward it with conviction and consistent motion. Right? So I want to lovingly say, Leo, release any fear about things not happening. Okay? Release any fear about things not happening or the decisions that you will need to make. And keep going. Like, that is really what I get here. Keep going. Keep climbing the mountain, right? And make sure that the energies that you're putting out into the universe are ones that are intentional, right? We don't want to be running all willy-nilly with our emotions, with our thoughts, with our words, with our energy. No. I feel like we're being very intentional because I think we know that we essentially create our own world and that we manifest into our reality where our energy flows with our thoughts, our words, our actions, okay? So why is this happening? Karmic board clearing, energetic clearing, rewrite your story, live your truth. Yes, and more yes. Right? This energy of being the victim or of being or feeling small because we've been abused in some way, shape, or form is not our truth. Us being codependent on other people, okay, or using or manipulating other people with our bodies or whatever it is not our truth. So I feel like these things are coming up again for major healing to be taking place throughout this month, so that we are essentially on that spiritual fast track to getting more into alignment with what is best for us. Right? So fucking powerful to me that this card would come out. And finally, we have Shambhala initiations, retreating to recharge, trusting in the process. Is that not what I was talking about? Right? Trusting. And Dharma, which is your life path, like unfolding. It's the unfolding of your life path, right? Trust and keep going because it's there. Just like the Chariot said, you're well on your way. Your life path is unfolding before your eyes. Keep going. Do not give up. And notice how this is in the fucking mountains. The mountains have showed up again. So my beautiful, beautiful Leo, male, female, I don't care. My beautiful Leo, keep fucking climbing. Keep climbing. All right, and what is this changing, or why is this important for our journey? lineage of the rose, moved by the goddess, here for this soul call and gather. So I want to say, why is this important or beneficial for our journey? First of all, I feel like it's because it's going to get you into alignment with what you're here for, that soul call, right? Your soul is calling you to get you to the space where you need to be so you can step into your soul truth and really do what you're supposed to be doing here. Okay. Also here for this, like, this is what I'm here for, right? Like, I'm getting that energy. And the song, oh my gosh, what is it? Calvin Harris and yeah, I think it's Rihanna, Calvin Harris. That song, like, this is what you came for, right? Like, baby, this is what you came for. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's like, this is what you came here for, to create a new reality, right? To create a new world, to step into fearlessness, to become a mentor, and to help others heal, right? I'm just saying. But also, like, we have this moved by the goddess energy, which is fascinating as shit to me because we have the Empress out. So I do feel like for some of you, if you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about with this abuse or this like codependency stuff, this could be things that you're healing through your lineage, right? This may be things like your mother, your grandmother, your great grandmother, whatever, however far down the line it goes, that needs to be healed and dealt with. So I'm just saying, if you're like, I don't even know, it could be this, okay? And isn't this fascinating? We have whispers of Mother Earth. So again, I feel like there's a lot of like mother line or feminine healing going on within the Leo collective for the month of September, okay? And I feel like it's important. I feel like it's so important for our journey, especially with all this major arcana out. But this says creativity, ideas, inspiration, artist, writer, and channel. If you've been feeling blocked, I feel like that's going to be opening up. Okay. I feel like those ideas, that inspiration may start to come in through the month of September. I also get the feeling that for some of you, you may be hearing actual whispers or noises or things like this. You could even experience like laying on your pillow at night and feeling like you're hearing like a party going on or something, right? For some of you, that's not for everyone, but I do feel like for some of you, there's this energy coming in of like these ideas just starting to pop in, like, ooh, I could try that. Ooh, let me do that. Ooh, let me do that, right? Like, it just feels like if you felt blocked, I feel like there's things that are coming in. And I feel like these are changes that come in as you move through this energy, right? Because I feel like there's been some sort of resistance or something that has, again, blocked you from these things coming in. So I feel like this moving this energy and allowing that to happen brings in these ideas, this inspiration, okay? So for the divine masculine, we have the Deep End, or rather Deep End by Lecrae. I ain't trying to hang on like my mama told me. Sometimes legs get weak and your arms give out, and you sink to the bottom slowly. A grown man wishing that somebody hold me. Okay? So, again, for some of you, and again, this is masculine, but you don't have to be a male in order to be experiencing masculine energy, okay? I feel like for some of you, sorry guys, my stomach is rumbling. I haven't eaten yet today, so I apologize if you can hear that. But I feel like that masculine energy, I feel like for some of you, there's this energy of like, I'm so fucking tired. I'm so tired. And I really just wish that somebody would embrace me and say, I see you and I'm here. Okay. I feel like that's where the masculine energy is coming in. I know that's very light ink on this card, so I apologize that you can't see it very well, but I feel like there's this energy of maybe you've been feeling like, I just don't know if I can keep going. And maybe this is the message that you needed to hear, right? Because there's an energy here of like, look, you're not always going to have somebody there to hold you, to encourage you to keep going. And I think for some of us, there's this energy here of digging deep and finding that within ourselves, that empowerment within ourselves in true Leo fashion, right? But On the flip side, I do feel like there is or could be a message here for divine masculine energy, right? You'll know which energy you're sitting in based on whether or not you resonate with it, okay? But I feel like with the the hermit, excuse me, in the reverse here, and this energy of a grown man wishing somebody would hold me, I feel like that isolation, there's something here about maybe choosing differently, okay? So again, take it as it resonates, but I feel like that's where divine masculine energy is sitting. I feel like it's craving that nurturing, craving that connection, as it were. We have for the divine feminine, haunted. And I'm not even going to try to say these artists' names because I will make a fool out of myself, but I'll show it to you. We have here the song Haunted. Is that what you want, even if it rips you apart? Okay, that's a big question. It's a big question. And I want to lovingly say that on this journey of personal empowerment, you will indeed experience many, many things that quite literally rip you apart. And I don't mean that like on a physical sense, okay? But you build this identity around a lot of different things that aren't your truth. And when you decide to step into your truth, I feel like your ego's like, but are you going to do that though? Because it's really going to rip you up. It's going to tear you the fuck apart. It's going to be hard. Okay. Feel free to look up that song if you would like. Sorry, you guys. I'm not even going to try to say the names. I'm just not. But I feel like this is what the feminine's going through. I feel like it's like, gosh, like this whole journey has really like tore my life apart. And I want to say, you guys, I'm going to share with you very vulnerably, like this journey has tore my life apart. Really, it really truly has. I started with like a lot of close family and friends and quite large, or at least much larger than they are now, social circles, right? All sorts of different things. And since I've started to get into alignment with who I truly am on a soul level, my circle's the size of a Cheerio. So I'm just saying, right? And it really does like turn your life upside down. Jobs you thought you should be doing or were doing are like, nope, that's actually not for you. And you're like, what the French toast? Right? All of these things start to change. And so I feel like this is a realization that we are coming to. Okay. We also have funny tarot by Small Million. I'm reading tarot, baby. You're reading tea leaves. We know full well neither is going to bring us peace. I'm reading tarot, baby. I'm looking for a sign that our fortune's turning round tonight. So first of all, oops, I just hit the table, sorry. First of all, let me lovingly say that I find it hilarious that this card is out while we're doing a tarot reading. I mean, I know I created a deck, but still, it's funny to me. Also, I think it's very interesting that there's this energy here of, and I mean, this may be counterintuitive for my job as a tarot reader, right? Or, you know, trying to grow a business out of this and create a channel and an environment and things. To be well on full truth, like no tarot reading is going to bring you peace until you start acknowledging your own shit. And when you ask the right questions. And even so, and even then, like the tarot is not what's going to bring you peace. What's going to bring you peace is following your truth. End of story. End of story. Right? It doesn't matter. The tarot reading could tell you you will win $1 million tomorrow and you're still not going to sleep well. Right? Like it's not going to bring you peace. You are the only thing capable of doing that. Also here we have, I'm looking for a sign that our fortune's turning round tonight, which I think is glorious because we do have the Chariot out here representing success. And I did say that I feel like some of you may start to see these changes, right? These things starting to unfold in your reality. Very similar to like Wheel of Fortune, right? The 10 in the tarot and the major arcana. So I feel like there is an energy here of things turning, right? Things changing for divine feminine energy. And I also feel like there's coming to this realization that the only thing or or person who can bring peace into your reality and sustain that is you. Male or female, I don't care. But I feel like the divine feminine is learning this, learning again, like I was saying earlier, how to nurture themselves, right? Because nothing external is going to bring you peace. Nothing. It's an inside job. And we have Energy by Tyla Jane. Only interested in doing the things that I like. And the things I like are me. Because last year was a mess, but I'm growing up. Thanking God I'm so blessed. Yeah, he showed me love. Said, girl, don't cheat yourself on this. Get your glow up. All right? I mean, that's pretty fucking powerful. A powerful way to close a reading out, right? Last year was a mess. Yeah, I feel like there's been work done. You've been doing the things, right? And then thanking God I'm so blessed. Yeah, he showed me love. Said, girl, don't cheat yourself on this. Get your glow up. Don't be codependent. Don't allow yourself to be bullied. Get up, warrior. Chariot card here. Get up, warrior, and climb the fucking mountain, right? Beautiful reading for you, Leo. Thank you so much for being here. I truly do appreciate your time and energy. I hope that there was something in here that was valuable or resonates with you. If there was, please do the YouTube things by liking, sharing, and or subscribing. I truly do appreciate it. It helps the channel to grow and helps to let YouTube know that there may be something here for someone else. So again, thank you so much for being here. Take care of your beautiful, beautiful soul. Have an incredible month, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.